calling our names. Altars cracked and crooked, fathers bowing in shame. One voice, tears like thunder, when the Spirit calls your name. Othniel, first of the judges, lift that sword, let the tyrant fall. Fire in the heart of the desert, you were the answer when we cried, when we called. Othniel, son of Kenaz, roaring like a storm through the walls. From the dust of a broken people, you rose, you rose, you rose for us all. Nephew of the lion-hearted, older battles on your hands. You took the bride and fountain, now you stand for all the land. From Aram's iron chariots to the tents of cruel kings, you ride with holy anger, and the fear of heaven sings. Othniel, first of the judges, lift that sword, let the tyrant fall. Fire in the heart of the desert, you were the answer when we cried, when we called. Othniel, son of Kenaz, roaring like a storm through the walls. From the dust of a broken people, you rose, you rose, you rose for us all. In the night we remembered the covenant. In the dark we remembered the name. One man stepped into the furnace and walked back out in flames. No crown, no carved stone throne, just a call and a tribe and a God alone. Othniel, first of the judges, lift that sword, let the tyrant fall. Fire in the heart of the desert, you were the answer when we cried, when we called. Othniel, son of Kenaz, roaring like a storm through the walls. From the dust of a broken people, you rose, you rose, you rose for us all. So sing, you sons of Israel, First of the fighters lead us still. When the yoke returns like a shadow, let your courage be our will. In his cloak, forged in secret, gold blade double-edged steel. In his palm, silent verdict, every heartbeat ringing like a seal. Left hand of judgment, raised from the dust, striking the tyrant, breaking his trust. When the right arm falters and heroes seem gone, the left hand of judgment brings the dawn. Peace, my Lord, whispers low through scented halls. Servants fade as the iron silence falls. Word from God, and the king leans in to hear. One swift step through the veil of pride and fear. Flash of steel, flesh and fabric, throne room turned to grave. Breath is cut, crown empty, all the trembling servants fade. Left hand of judgment raised from the dust, striking the tyrant, breaking his trust. When the right arm falters and hope feels gone, the left hand of judgment brings the dawn. Through the shadowed gates, horns cry out, alarms too late. On the hills a fire sign, warriors rise, their hearts align. Not by strength of sword alone, but by courage fighting from the unknown. Left hand of judgment raised from the dust, striking the tyrant, breaking his trust. When the proud throne crumbles and fear is undone, the left hand of judgment leads us on. Left hand of chosen, right side gone. From the weakest angle comes the strong. Left hand of judgment, blade and song, echoes through the ages, marching on. dust on the threshing floor, sun like a burning brand, iron teeth at the border, boot prints in our land. Farmers hiding their children, quiet prayers in the fields. One man stood from the furrows, hands calloused on wood and steel. Shem-Ga-Ben-Anath, the rider of the storm, 600 fall where you stand, with an Oxgoad raised like a thunder-born sword. You draw a line in the sand. Shem-Ga-Ben-Anath, hammer of the horde, heaven remembers your name. From the furrow to the battlefield, you set the fields aflame. Laughing in armor, spears like a forest line. You had only a plowman's staff, dust and a stubborn spine. You felt the ground start shaking, heard mothers hold their breath. So you lifted up that simple rod and walked straight into death. Shem-Ga-Ben-Anath, the rider of the storm, 600 fall where you stand, with an Oxgoad raised like a thunder-born sword. You draw a line in the sand. Shem-Ga-Ben-Anath, hammer of the horde, heaven remembers your name. From the furrow to the battlefield, you set the fields aflame. Then I will rise right now. Right now! Every step was a covenant, every breath a battle cry. When the dust at last had settled, only you remained storm. 600 fall where you stand, with an Oxgoad raised like a thunder-born sword. You draw a line in the sand. Shem-Ga-Ben-Anath, hammer of the horde, heaven remembers your name. From the furrow to the battlefield, you set the fields aflame. Shake in the valley, iron chariots scar the plain. Jabin's banner on the hillside, Sisera tasting our fear again. Under the palm of Deborah, judges gather in the dust. She speaks thunder into silence, turns their doubt into rust. Has not the Lord gone out before you? Her eyes like drawn out steel. Up to Mount Tabor, man of battle. Now rise and make this real. Ride Barak, ride through the storm, 10,000 hearts in your hand. Deborah's fire on the hill is burning, calling courage out of the land. When the war horses pound the ground and the sky turns black with rain, sing the song of Deborah's fire as you break the tyrant's chain. Over Kishon, thunder answers her command. Chariot wheels choke in the river, iron drowns in the sand. Barak's blade in the chaos, tribes roar shoulder to shoulder. Sisera flees from the carnage, lion running from his own order. Do not grow weary, a voice rides every cry. Every step you take in terror now returns a battle cry. Ride Barak, ride through the storm, 10,000 hearts in your hand. Deborah's fire on the hill is burning, calling courage out of the land. When the war horses pound the ground and the sky turns black with rain, the song of Deborah's fire as you break the tyrant's chain. Sarah sleeps in a stranger's shelter, soft words milk to still his breath. Hammer raised in a hidden halo, one last promise kept in death. In the streets they wait for his chariot, veils and victory in their eyes. But the wheels are smashed in the river and their glory never arrives. Right, Barak, right through the storm, 10,000 hearts in your hand. Deborah's fire on the hill is burning, calling courage out of the land. From the palm tree down to the river, let their iron rust in the rain. We will shout the song of Deborah's fire till no tyrant dares remain. Threshing wheat at a hidden wine press, dust and dread in a silent land. Rise, you mighty man of valor, spoken soft by a blazing hand. Broken altar, shattered idols, new name burning on his soul. Jeroboam, storm and hammer, called to tear the darkness down. He was small in his father's household, he was last in a frightened line. But the call cut through his trembling, this weak heart will be my sign. 300 against the night, torches in the jar, swords in the light. Not by the strength of the many who stand, by the word of the one I rule this land. 300, the odds all wrong, still we ride and we raise this song. Great is the hand that chooses the small. Gideon, Jerubbaal, Gideon, Jerubbaal. night, torches in the jar, swords in the light. Not by the strength of the many who stand, by the word of the one I rule this land. 300, the odds are wrong, still we ride and we raise this song. Great is the hand that shatters the wall. Gideon, Jerubbaal. Gideon, Jerubbaal. Clay jars cracking like thunder, fire bursting from their hands. Trumpets calling down the terror, echoed over shattered plans. Each man stand in his place now, circle closing round the plain. Enemy blades turned on each other, they were buried in their shame. 300 against the night, torches in the jar, swords in the light. Not by the strength of the many who stand, by the word of the one I free this land. 300, the weak made strong, still we ride and we raise this song. Great is the hand that answers the call. Gideon, Jerubbaal. Gideon, Jerubbaal. Flesh. When the world counts you as nothing, remember how 300 crushed the rest. brothers buried where the wind stands still. You stood there crowned in the dust and ash. Cheap iron circlet hunger under the sash. You cried, remember that I am your bone, but the oath rang hollow as a rusted throne. The crowd shouted back, but your heart stayed cold, made of splinter, smoke and gold. Abimelech, son of Gideon, you lit a crown like a funeral pyre. You carved your name into broken men, short-lived king of a borrowed fire. Abimelech, hear the hammers ring on a kingdom built from a brother's grave. You took the throne as a would-be king, but the stones rose up and you could not be saved. From the thorn, burn the tall trees alive. You laughed at the warning, marched on in steel, salt on the ruins where your enemies kneeled. You burned their tower, listened to them scream, thought the smoke and sparks would crown your dream. But every flame you fed with rage and spite cast your shadow sharp in the judgment light. Abimelech, son of Gideon, you lit a crown like a funeral pyre. You carved your name into broken men, short-lived king of a borrowed fire. Abimelech, hear the hammers ring on a kingdom built from a brother's grave. You took the throne as a would-be king, but the stones rose up and you could not be saved. This wall you raised your shield, bring down the tower, this town will yield. A nameless hand from the shattered hide dropped your doom through the smoky night. Cracked skull, crushed pride, you fell to your knees. Strike me through, you spat, let them never see. Blinded by blood, by your own demand. Your squire shook as he took your hand. Abimelech, son of Gideon, you lit a crown like a funeral pyre. You carved your name into broken men, short-lived king of a borrowed fire. Abimelech, hear the hammers ring on a kingdom built from a brother's grave. You took the throne as a would-be king, but the stones rose up and you could not be saved. caution carved where the vultures come. Seek not a crown from a butchered line, or the rock you scorned will break your spine.
Cast off on with a scarred up name. Wild blood, outlawed brother. Call back when you children die. All the other kingdom voices. Where did I always hear down? In the bed of the ring, the light of you. Party, you crush my foes tonight. Jephthah, rider in the thunders, over river by of abundant ground. Jephthah, live upon the border, wave right out as I crash down. Yahweh, if you crush my foes tonight, then what walks from my door? Highway on your fire, I swore. Jephthah, the vow forever burn. Campfire stain the darkness, whispers curl like rising smoke. Faces painted for battle, every heart gripped by that oath. Cross the hills of Gilead, iron roars as the armies meet. Hammer breaks like a shattered wave, neath the charge and the pounding feet. Why, left thy house tonight. Jephthah, rider in the thunder, sword raised high over broken ground. Jephthah, storm upon the border, hear him cry as the skies crash down. Yahweh, if you crush my foes tonight, then what walks from my door? I will lay on your fire, I swore. Jephthah, the vow forever burn. Drums of war fall silent, only one voice on the wind. Tamarines dancing footsteps, joy that cuts like a hidden blade in him. His daughter, his only child, spins in circles singing his name. He tears his robe, you've broken me, yet my oath stands like a chain. forever burns.
That shook a sharpened throne. Samson, pillar shaker, chains could never hold that roar. From the vineyards to the battlefield, he was thunder at their door. Shook a sharpened throne. Samson, pillar shaker, chains could never hold their roar. From the vineyards to the battlefield, he was thunder at their door. banner fallen, cut in the night, eyes torn from their seeing, yet he remembered the light. Guide my hands to the pillars, let me die with my foes. Stone trembled, sky opened as his final fury rose. Samson, lion breaker, tearing down the halls of pride, fought the Philistines with fury, brought their temple crashing wide. Samson, pillar shaker, broken still he crushed their war. In his ruin, in his ruin, he was thunder evermore.
Lay 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 lay.